Hi boys and girls, and welcome to this week's Tuesday Tales. Today we're going to be talking about pumpkins. I bet you know why. It's that time of year, isn't it? So exciting. Well, first of course we've got to start with a joke. Okay, it's a bad one. Are you ready? What's black, white, and orange and waddles? Give up. A penguin carrying a pumpkin. And pumpkins are heavy, so he's really good. Oh, never mind. All right. Our first story is called Pumpkin Trouble by Jan Thomas and published by Harper. That's a duck. And what does he see? A pumpkin.
This will be great! I can't wait to show Pig and Mouse my jack-o'-lantern. They'll be so surprised.
Oh, look, he's carving and he's scooping out the seeds.
Just one last seed. Whoops! Uh-oh. This isn't good.
Oh no, boys and girls, he's stuck in the pumpkin.
Can anyone help me?
Oh, no.
Pig? Mouse? Are you there?
Hello! Ah! It's a pumpkin monster! Oh no, they don't recognize their friend Duck. They think it's a monster.
A pumpkin monster? Where?
Duck can't see, so he thinks there's a pumpkin monster. Oh no, it's chasing us!
It's chasing us. Help!
Quick, hide behind the barn.
What barn?
Smash! He ran right into it. But they don't see. They're so worried. Oh, it looks like his head hurts. Duck? Look, Duck battled the pumpkin monster and won.
I did?
Hooray for Duck!
I'll make a jack-o'-lantern to celebrate.
I wish Duck were here to see this great jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, where is Duck?
Can I get a little help?
Oh no, Duck fell in again. He's stuck inside the jack-o'-lantern. So silly. Hope they find him this time. Well, that was a silly story about Duck. And this is a silly story about the ugly pumpkin. He's different looking, isn't he? He looks a little different than the other pumpkins would. This one is written by Dave Horowitz and is published by G.P. Putnam. I am the ugly pumpkin, as you can plainly see. Of 100,000 pumpkins, none are quite like me. They're not. Look at all those pumpkins. He looks different. Since early in October, I've been waiting to get picked, but each time things start looking up, I end up getting tricked. Oh no, that wasn't very nice of them. They're picking their jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, but they kicked this poor guy. A skeleton came for pumpkins one bright and crispy day. Oh, he's getting a bunch. Maybe he'll get our friend here. I asked if I could get a ride, and he laughed and said, "No way!" Aww. And when I said it's getting late and I don't have a home, he rolled his eye, said goodbye, and left me all alone. Oh, right in the rearview mirror. Bye. So I walked into November, where I happened on some trees. I asked if I could stay a while, and this time I said, please? Now, I see a face on this tree that does not look friendly. I'm a little worried. The trees all started smiling, and then one finally spoke. Take off your boots and spread your roots. It was just another cruel joke. Oh, they're throwing apples at him, this poor pumpkin. I am the ugly pumpkin, I shouted to the sky. And then it started raining, so I began to cry. I took shelter in a garden that is overrun with squash. See all the vegetables. I noticed something very odd. And then I thought, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm a squash! He's happy now. He realizes he's not an ugly pumpkin. At last it was Thanksgiving, and I found where I fit in. Now you know my story, so let the feast begin! Yay! I'm so happy for him. Look I have one of these. This is a summer squash. Here's a summer squash couple right there. And I have one of these. It's a butternut squash. I think that might be the kind our friend the ugly pumpkin is, a butternut squash. Oh, they're so delicious. If you've never had a butternut squash, you're missing something. Put a little butter and cinnamon on it, so good. But he was sad because he thought he was supposed to look like this, a pumpkin. I'm glad he looked like this. And it looks like he has some other squashy friends that look different too. You know that squash is a kind of word that means all of these. These are all squash. A pumpkin squash, a butternut squash, and a yellow summer squash. They're all squash. Squash. It's kind of a funny word, isn't it? Now, I have a story for you. And it's not the kind you have a book with. It's just the kind I tell, and you make the images in your head. It's a story I like to tell this time of year called The Witch at the Window. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, on a dark October night, Callan and McKenna were getting ready for bed. They had just brushed their teeth and put on the pajamas when they heard scratch, scratch, scratch at their window. They peeked behind the curtain, and there was a wicked witch with long black hair, ruby red lips, and sharp red fingernails. And she said in her witchy voice, Callan and McKenna, do you know what I do with my ruby red lips and my sharp red fingernails? And they said, no. And they closed the curtain. The next night, Callan and McKenna were getting ready for bed again. They brushed their teeth and put on their pajamas, got under the covers, and what happened? There was a scratch, scratch, scratch at the window. So Callan and McKenna got out of bed, and they peeked behind the curtain, and there was the wicked witch with her long black hair, ruby red lips, and sharp red fingernails. And she said, Callan and McKenna, do you know what I do with these ruby red lips and these sharp red fingernails? And they said, no! And they closed the curtain. Oh, they were so scared. The next night was Halloween. McKenna and Callan had just finished eating some Halloween candy. They brushed their teeth. They put on their pajamas. They got under the covers and waited. And
And sure enough, scratch, scratch, scratch at the window. They peeked behind the curtain, and there was the Wicked Witch with her long black hair, ruby red lips, and sharp red fingernails. And she said, "Do you know what I do with my ruby red lips and my sharp red fingernails?" And Count McKinnon said, "No." And she said, "I do this." Ah! Such a silly witch. She wasn't even scary. What a goofball. Well, if you look in your packet today, you will see that there is a picture of a pumpkin patch, and it feels kind of slippery. It has a plastic coating on it, and there's a reason for that. You also have two different kinds of Play-Doh. You've got pumpkin spice Play-Doh. Let me see if it still smells like pumpkin. Kinda. It smells like Play-Doh mixed with pumpkin. And then you've got some green that just smells like Play-Doh. Okay, so what you can do is make your own pumpkins for your pumpkin patch. Let me see, what shape is a pumpkin? Is a pumpkin square? No. Is a pumpkin made of a triangle shape? No, they're pretty round, aren't they? So first, I'll start by making a little round pumpkin. And I will put the pumpkin in my pumpkin patch. Now, there's other colors on a pumpkin besides orange, isn't there? What's on a pumpkin that's green? Yep, you're right, the leaf and the stem. So first, I'm going to make a pumpkin leaf. I'm just going to flatten a piece out. And put it on top. Whoa, that leaf looks way big for that pumpkin. Maybe I'll make a smaller leaf. Okay. And how does the pumpkin get there? What does a pumpkin grow on? Does pumpkin grow on trees? No. Does a pumpkin grow under the ground? No, it's not like a potato. It grows over the ground and it doesn't grow on trees. Does it grow on a bush? No. It grows on a vine. And if you want to make a super skinny vine, you just roll on a flat surface and roll. It almost looks like a snake now. Oh my goodness, it's a scary snake. No, it's not a scary snake, it's a pumpkin vine. See how long and skinny I can make it. Okay, now the pumpkin vine can go all through the pumpkin patch. And I can make lots of pumpkins to put on it. And if you wanted to, boys and girls, you could just make one giant pumpkin. Like that. And you could make a jack-o'-lantern. You could take your fingers or a spoon or a craft stick or a toothpick and make a face on him. Now I'm noticing that my pumpkin pie Play-Doh is a little bit wet. I don't know if it'll be wet when you're using it, but if it is wet when you're using it, just get a little bit of baking flour on your hands and then it will dry, it will get a little firmer. It won't be so wet. Okay, so that's your craft for today. And let's see. I won't see you again until you've already had your special celebrations. I don't know how you're celebrating your holiday this year, if you celebrate Halloween. I think I'm going to watch Hocus Pocus and eat a candy bar. Sounds like a plan to me. Have fun.